few of you to join me. I'm still feeling very, very tired and I've got a busy day tomorrow. So I may not be putting some makeup on, but I think you're going to be really interested in seeing this video. It's a video I've put off for so long because one, it makes me quite emotional. So do excuse me if I start blubbering. But two, I needed not only physical but emotional strength to actually do this video. And I'd like to dedicate this live to my sister. I'm going to wait for you all to join me, and I'm going to make sure this time that I've got my chat switched on. I'm hoping, can somebody, if you're watching, say hello? Hello, Nina. Hello. Don't worry, Nina, about not being here. And I'm so glad that you joined me because I think you know a little bit about this. So today I am doing what I've named this, even though it's a live, I've named this a massive get well Christmas haul, but it's not stuff that I purchased. It's stuff that my sister purchased. Okay. Hello, Rebecca. Now, as you know, and I'm just going to repeat it for those people that may be watching on replay or joining me live that don't know, I took very severely ill in November. Very suddenly, had the worst migraine of my life, but I knew that something was different. It wasn't just like a normal migraine. And I ended up in hospital. I had to have a procedure done. It was basically a burst aneurysm on my brain. I had to have a procedure where they went in and they put a stent in my head. I recovered quite quickly, seemingly, and was out of intensive care after a day and a half. Went back to the ward, but still getting headaches. And then the following Friday, I had an epileptic seizure. Now, I've never had epilepsy in my life. So they knew something was wrong. They took me down for another scan, noticed I was bleeding again. And they said, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to take you straight to theatre. Hello, Terry. So I'm just giving the background to my illness and all will become clear in a minute. This is for people that don't know the journey that I've been on. And it will tie in with what I'm doing today. So, and then I went straight to theatre, and the rest of the week is a little bit of a haze because I was on a ventilator for the first part of the week and heavily sedated. I then had to have a blood transfusion, and I don't remember much of it. But of course, my sister, who I'm very close to, remembers it all. And what was particularly tough for us is, again, if you've been following us for a while, you know that my dad had a severe stroke 4 years ago. And what was really scary for me was that when my dad had a stroke, when he had his first, he had a bleed, but it was due to a fall. He was transferred to the same hospital that I was transferred to. And this is the thing, when I got admitted to this hospital, I was on the same ward in the same room as my dad, precisely 4 years to the day that he went in. And people telling me, you may have a stroke as a result of this bleed, which is what happened to my dad. So I was doing things like texting my wishes because I hadn't made a will. They did tell me that there was a small chance that I might not make it. They told me that there was on the second procedure, that there was a bigger chance than on the first time that I would have a stroke. And obviously my dad hasn't been able to speak for 4 years since having his stroke. So I was sending text messages through and to family about my wishes and stuff. And it was, I mean, I'm still getting over it now. But this is all a background to what I'm about to show you. So I didn't want to just say, look at this massive haul and look what I got. My sister kept turning up with bits of makeup. And she said, there's more, there's more, there's more. And I'm not actually sure that I've managed to gather all of it around me today, because she kept bringing in bits and then it would go back in a bag. And then some of it was attached onto Christmas presents. So I've said to my sister, if I haven't got it all, please forgive me, because I'm still sorting out bags from when I came home from hospital. And I know that my sister will forgive me, because she knows the struggles that I've been having. She's been living them with me. But what my sister said, I was very embarrassed by this, because this is massive. This haul that wasn't my haul, my sister's haul, was massive. And I said to her, oh my God, you know, you've spent a fortune on me. And she said, Ali, it wasn't about that. She said, first of all, I thought I was going to lose my sister in the same way as my dad. And she said, and I couldn't cope. And by the way, I've checked with my sister that she doesn't mind me talking to you guys about this. And she said, the only way that I could cope with this, when you were unconscious and I was, you know, out of it, you know, away, I'm only dealing with it now. She was dealing with it then. The only way she could cope with it was to think about the future. And then she started getting messages from you guys. I know she got a message from Nina, and I know she got one from Rebecca, and I'm sure she got them from other people. I think Stacey as well. If I haven't mentioned you, I'm really sorry. But she got messages from the beauty community, and she realised how important that beauty community was to me. And I don't think she'd really realised that before. And that what a big part of my life it was. And she said, the only thing I could think about was your future and you putting out videos. Now, because I've been delaying and delaying, because I've been so fatigued, and I kept saying I was going to do this video, I wanted to get round to doing it. And I thought, why not do it on a live when you can all see the things? And then if there are particular things, I'm not going to put on makeup today. It's going to take too long to show you everything. But if there are particular things then you want me to do videos on, I can now start to do the videos, because I didn't want to video individual items without first showing you the enormity of this gift. And I'm sure that I'm still missing things. So I'm going to show you, first of all. Now, I got this at Christmas, but she'd been collecting them over the 2 months that I'd been in hospital. So she got me a Made by Mitchell travel case, which is one of these. Let me show you. But you wait until I open it. Okay? You wait. And Nina, I don't know if you want to actually, a lot of this is Made by Mitchell. So if you want to let him know about this video, I think he might want to watch it. Okay? The iridescent case is beautiful. Now, I'm going to open this and you're going to get an idea of the enormity of... My sister said every time I bought something, I was just focusing on you making another video. When you were unconscious, it was my only way of surviving what was going on. Right, this is just the top part of the case, right? Now I'm going to close this in a minute and show you the bottom part, and then I'm going to go through all the items in this case. And that's just part of it. This is just part of it. my sister did say she's going to be joining me in a minute. So Lucy, if you're there, come and say hello. If you see Lucy Taff, that's my sister. I did want to do this yesterday and film it for Valentine's Day, but I'm really struggling at the moment with fatigue, and it's just, I'm having to pace myself so much, and I've got to go to a hospital appointment tomorrow, and it's going to take me an hour to get there. Now, this is the middle part of the case. I know, Nina, that Lucy told you a little bit about this. This is the middle of the case. So this just gives you a small idea of, this is just part of what she collected while I was in hospital for me to try when I was well. And she said it got her through. So I'm going to now put this case down and show you all the items that are in this case. Okay? And then we'll move on to some of the other items that she got me. One of the, let me just show you this now. This isn't a Made by Mitchell gift, but it's one of the few things that wasn't made by Mitchell, and I can't wait to try this as well. This is, and I haven't put it back in the box correctly, but it's the To Have and To Hold palette, which is the collab that P. Louise did with, I've forgotten her name. She's very famous beauty TikToker. Michaela. It's written on the palette. Right, wait a minute. They're always very tightly packed in here. And I think I'm going to get rid of the outer box, because I can never get them out of the outer boxes. They're so tightly packed so that they don't shatter in the post. So let me just show you this, because this obviously doesn't fit in the case. This is so beautiful. And as I said, I can't wait to try this. This is the To Have and To Hold palette, and there's a mirror at the top. You know, P. Louise has always got some lovely packaging and lovely blues, and then you've got your lovely transitions as well. So it's just gorgeous, and I can't wait to do a look with it. But as I said, I've been putting it off because I wanted to wait until I could show you the whole haul. And of course, I now just put it back in the outer sleeve without all the padding, and it just dropped out the other side, but it's fine. It's fine. Right, now, let me just show you what is in this case. Now, what happened is she kept bringing me stuff into the intensive care, and you're not really allowed to leave lots of stuff. So what happened was, in addition to what's in here, there are other things, but they're sort of in different bags that came back. So I'm no doubt going to miss a load of things. Let's go into the inner case first so that you can see some of the things that I got. Now, just before I get into Made by Mitchell, as I've just shown you the other two, the palette, she also got me to go with the Michaela palette, is these liquid highlighters that were part of the Michaela collection. They're called Dream Droplets by P. Louise. And of course they're sellotaped up because I haven't opened. She's shown me them. She's shown me hers. But I've kept them because I wanted to show you and open them with you. Now, here is one of them. Let's do some swatching. I'm going to probably run out of room by the end of this hour. Whoops. Now, this is one of them. It was runnier than I thought it was going to be. This is, it's got a kind of blue hue to it. So this is a highlighter, but of course, you know, pigment is pigment, so you can put it wherever you want. Hello. I'm okay, thank you. Right, and then the other one, the other dream droplets that came out. Now I'm trying to work out how I do this so that I don't repeat things that I've already shown you. And then we're going to get into the Made by Mitchell stuff. And believe me, it's quite a Made by Mitchell haul. Okay, as I said, some of it's P. Louise, but most of it is Made by Mitchell. Now this one is in the shade. Did I tell you the shade of the last one? This one's called Eternal Ice, and that one was called Forever Frozen. So this one is another liquid highlighter. And I won't squeeze as much on my hand this time. And this was because Michaela was getting married, so it was a whole collection to do with her wedding look. Now, I'm just going to... So this one has got a pink hue to it, pinky gold. In one, again, they're kind of multi-chromes. So when you look at it on one angle, it looks pink. And when you look at it in another, it looks gold. And at the moment, you're just seeing gold. But if I can try and show you, it also looks pink. Did I see your comment? Oh, you didn't get notified. Don't worry, Stacey. So we're doing the massive haul present from my sister today. Okay, so at the moment, I've just shown you the P. Louise. I can't, if you are joining late, don't worry, right? Ali's place, you can join whenever. But I don't think I'm going to have time to recap everything. So if you join in late, just go and watch the replay when you finished and you'll catch the beginning. But now I'm going to get on. You'll see why in a minute, because there's so much to get through that it is mental. Right, so in here, in the Made by Mitchell box, I've got a liquid blusher and lip gloss. Now this one is one of the double-ended ones. So it's got a blusher on one end and a lip gloss. And this is called Bronze Shifts. So this is it. And so we've got in between shifts, which is the lip gloss. I told you I'm going to run out. I'm going to have to get my wipes in a minute. But that's the lip gloss. Beautiful. And then the other side is the blush. And the blush is called Bronze Biche. It looks beautiful, actually. Really beautiful. Now, if you've got any questions or you want me to put anything on, I'll try my best. But as I said, I've got a lot to get through. Now, also, what you can do with these is you can put that on your lips and then put the lip gloss over the top. Really pretty, that. Okay. So, moving on to the next item. I think I'm only going to get through what's in the case. Now, we've got a blush here in Shy Boy. This is Shy Boy. And this, I remember trying this on in the hospital. My sister bringing it in. I'm pretty certain it's beautiful on the lips. So that's Shy Boy. I might put this combo on my lips in a minute. But if I get caught up putting makeup on, then I'm not going to get through everything that's in here. Is that his favourite? Right. Then I got Drip Drip, which is his infamous liquid blush, but it's a highlighter in it, silver. So I got Drip Drip. This one is one of his sort of most iconic products. So, and again, you can use these wherever you want to use them. You know that when I started my channel, my catchphrase was pigment is pigment, and people are catching on to that now, even more so now that Made by Mitchell. I mean, little old me, people didn't, you know, only you guys knew about pigment being pigment, but people, more and more people are catching on to that. You love Drip Drip on the eyes. Right. Then we have the liquid blush in Cowlick. Now, I love Cowlick. And I think I had a little bit left of Cowlick, but I love it because it is such a vibrant pink. And you know me, I don't do subtle. It's a lovely cerise pink. Again, you can put that on your lips and you can put it on your cheeks. Right, then I'm going to have to load up this thing again because I'm putting what I've already swatched into the bag. I'm going to have to load up my thing again. Then I've got a blush called Cherry on Top. Which is this lovely, it's an earthy red. It's not really a brownie red. It's not too browny. So I think even it's a cherry. It is really a cherry red. But there's no hint of blue in it either. You see that? And that's in the Mr. Mood lip kit. Yeah, I've probably got I've got the Mr. Mood lip kit, so I've probably got duplicate of that. But you can never have too much red. Right, then I've got a sponge. I've got the cleansing balm, which I haven't started to use yet, but you know I love a good cleansing balm. Now, I can open this. I'd like to give this a sniff. So that's what it looks like in the packet. Thank you, Tsunami. Thank you, Michelle, for subscribing. Hi, Inaya. Inaya Ali. Ah, you see, the middle of your name is like mine. I always say hi to everyone. So thank you to all the new people joining today. Let me take a brief break to say hello to Nina and to Rebecca and to Terry and to, I've said Rebecca already. Hi, Rebecca. Stacey, Nina. Now, you'll have to excuse me. I don't know how to pronounce the other name. I'm really, really sorry. It's Arabic, I think. So hello to the person under Nina's comment, such a thoughtful and beautiful haul. Hello, Mr. Skibbity Toilet. Strange name, thank you. Um, hello to Terry. I think I've said hello to Terry already. Hello to, now this is Greek. I'm really being put to the test here. I think that's Greek, so I don't know how to pronounce that. So if you want to write it colloquially, I will say hello to you. Hello, Hodan Mohammed. Hello, Tsunami Strike. Hello, Michelle Lopashuk. Hello, Inaya Ali. And hello, Tyler. And hello, Deepika here. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And hello, oh, I've said hello to Tyler did. And Kokan Istanbul. Okay, so this, I just wanted to see what it smelt like. So this is the cleansing balm. And thank you for the hearts. Doesn't have much of a smell to it. So if you don't like perfume products, I can't detect too much of a scent, but I love a cleansing balm because it's the best way to get your makeup off. I'm not doing a big glam look today because I've got so much of this haul to get through to show you and to swatch that it would just take too long. I'd be here for about 4 hours. Then also I've got the mask, the Lip Locker lip mask. I could do with that today. So this one is, I might put a bit of this on because my lips are really dry. Yeah, so all of the Made by Mitchell skincare is described as skin prep. Also, this has got a bit of a sweet flavour to it. And it does feel very moisturising. Now, my sister's been using the eye cream. Am I going to the job centre? No, listen, guys, if you're coming on to make silly comments, just don't bother. I'm really not interested. If you want to, you're not going to insult me. So just go somewhere else where you really upset someone. Okay? I'm not interested. I don't care. Right. Anyway, let's get on. I'm not going to give attention. Some very strange comments coming up here, but I really don't care. Really don't care. Right. Right. Okay. Now let's get on. I'm not taking up my time with it. Right. We've got Graph Ink liners, and I've got 2 of them here in Fairy Wings and Twinkle. Right. Let me just open this up. Now, this one is called Fairy Wings. Ah, it's got the plastic on it. I should have opened all of these before I came on. Right. But I was keeping them, you see, for you. Right. Fairy Wings. So this is a liquid liner. Very pretty. It's silver, but can you see? It's not as silver as that one. It's more of a kind of taupey silver. You like the Lush bath bombs? Yeah, they're nice. Right, and then the next one, let's see how quickly I can open this one, is this one's called Twinkle. Hi, Sun. Hi, Sun. I can't read the rest of it, but I say hello to everyone. Unless they are, oh, hello, Dan. I'm really sorry to read that. You've got bone cancer. Hello, Sunset. I don't worry about idiots. Sungasa loves. Yeah, Twinkle. Hello, Christopher. I say hi to everyone unless you're rude, and then I'm not bothered. Right. Then here we have Twinkle, which is the gold one. Hello, Oakley. Thank you, Sunset. Right. And then we have Bronze and Buff, which is one that I've been wanting to get for a while. Now, this is his gel glaze cream eyeshadows, and I've got a lot of these. I think the only ones I don't have, like what I may be missing one or two, is some of the really special edition ones. But I love these. They don't look much different. They are, let me come closer. So that's gold, and that's just kind of, but they are kind of, that's more of a taupey silver. Right, now this one is Bronze and Buff. Really lovely, and they last so well on the eyes. They last really well, and they don't split. They dry down quickly, so that if you're like me and you've got hooded lids, they will dry down really quickly. Yes, so they're like eyeshadows. But the great thing about a lot of Made by Mitchell stuff is that basically you can use them on your cheeks, your lips, you know. And I always said when I started my channel about 6 years ago now, probably longer, probably 7 years, pigment is pigment, right? You've got to be careful if you're putting things very near your eyes, that it is designed to be near the eyes. But, you know, if you've got an eyeshadow and you want to use it as a blush, then use it. It's pigment, you know. Now, I've got a lip oil in the shade Straub, it's pronounced Strou. Strub. Strurb. Strub. And this is it. So these are quite see-through, but they give a lovely tint to the lips. So I'll just show you this one. Can you see? Now, but when you put that on your lips, it's going to bring the pink out in your lips. I'll just see. I've got that mask on, but you see what I mean? It's not, it's subtle, but it's making my lips look less grey. But don't forget, you can also put this over a matte lipstick that you like if you want to make it look glossier, and it'll just bring out the pink in it. Right, and then we have a Beam. Now, Nina is watching here. Hello, Lucy. Now, Lucy's the person that gifted me all of this. Lucy's my sister, and if you want to hear the story again, I've said at the beginning what happened and why she bought me all of this. And she did it to basically help herself to get through difficult times, but also to help me in my recovery. Now, this one is a lip gloss, and this one is actually, you can see, so the lip glosses are more pigmented. This one is a kind of baby pink. I'm going to run out of arm space. Now, let's get on to the next one. So we've got another beam called IRL, which is my favourite colour, one of my favourite colours, which is lilac. Look at this. Purpley lilac. She's a lovely sister. Now, again, this is just going to, it's quite see-through, but you can see it's going to bring out a more purpley tone to your lipsticks. So they're great for adjusting lipsticks. You know, if you want to make something look a little bit more purple or a little bit more pink and you've got a matte lipstick, these are great for going over the top. They're not going to give you a ton of pigment, but what they are going to do is to just lift it a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? So if you want a bit more pink, you want to add, and also don't forget that there's a lot of lipsticks, certainly some of the lighter lipsticks, you'll find this with Charlotte Tilbury, is they look slightly different on different skin tones. So these are really good at adjusting them to, you know, if you want something to look a bit cooler or you want something to look a bit warmer, then if you wanted something to look a bit cooler, you could use that to make it look a bit cooler in colour tone. Right, then we have Extra Marshmallow Boom. Now, I was about to say, Nina's the person, I get confused between beams, gleams, booms, and what all of them are. But Nina is your expert, and she's watching this. Metallic lip kit's coming out next week. Do you know what, Nina? I remember, so I'm going to respond to some of the other comments in a minute. I remember about 7 years ago when I started my channel looking for a metallic red lipstick to go with, to match my mobility scooter, and I couldn't find one anywhere. And eventually I got a woman in MAC to mix me 2 lipsticks to look metallic. And now there's so much more available. So this is called, did I say what it's called? Extra Marshmallow. So this is really your another baby pink, but you can see it's cooler toned than that. But this would go really well. This is a liquid lip. You could put that on and then put that gloss over the top if you didn't like the matte look. I've been really busy trying to move over to Turkey. It's not an easy thing to do. Anyway, what's going on with the chats? I tell you what's going on with the chats is we're all the Ali Pallies are enjoying themselves and connecting with one another, and the rest of it ain't important. So I'm not going to focus on it. Now, this is something I'd actually asked for, and I was going to order before I went in, but my sister treated me to it. And this is one of the P. Louise bases. Now, you probably remember that I've got the colour ones. I'm going to see if I can grab one. But what this is, whoops, hang on. I thought I'd grabbed one. Just bear with me a minute. Boom equals matte liquid lip. Beam equals lip gloss. Bare equals lip oils. Blush equals blush. Thank you. Right. So, can you see these ones I use a lot on my eyelids to prime my eyelids. They comes in different colours. They're really good, and you can get a bundle where you can get about 10 colours at a reduced price. But this one is skin coloured. So there's about 10 different skin colours. Now, this is P. Louise. This isn't made by Mitchell. It's P. Louise. And I wanted the shade 4, which I believe this is. And now this basically you can use as a concealer or a foundation. And I'm thinking that this is probably going to be a really good match for me. Now, on my arm, it looks dark. But if you see, if I just use some of this on my skin, you can see that I chose pretty well in terms of matching my skin tone. So this is shade 4. Now, shade 4, I've been looking out for it for such a long time. And then I remember now it came back into stock when I was in hospital. And my sister said, I'll get on and order it for you. And then she added it to this haul. That is a perfect skin tone for me. So if you're a similar skin tone to me and I'm NC35 in MAC, then you want, and you're looking for the Rumour Base by P. Louise, it's shade 4. It's perfect. You can't see where I've put it. And that is the sign of a really good match. But you can see as well that it's going to cover up pigmentation where I've got pigmentation, and I've got a lot of it. Hello, Bushra. It's not a makeup tutorial. I'm giving a few tips along the route, but I'm actually basically showing a get well Christmas haul gift from my sister following me being seriously ill. Okay, so you can see that's a really good match. Now I've got gimme small. I nearly said gimme snore. Gimme Small, which is a liquid lip. This is very pale, but again, I probably wouldn't use this on my lips because I would look dead. But you can play around with these, and again, I could probably use that to as a concealer. I could use it to blank out certain bits of pigmentation. Now, the thing is that way the Made by Mitchell sells, a lot of the time he puts things into mystery boxes. So you end up with things that you might not necessarily have chosen. But what that does is it makes you more creative about using things that you don't, just because something says it's a blush, doesn't mean you have to. If I use this as a blush, let me just show you. It wouldn't really work on me as a blush, but what it will do is work on me as a colour corrector. And that's the whole idea of it. So which one is Bushra? Mrs. Mo? Can you see what I mean? Now, that's not giving me a blush. But what it is doing is cancelling out my pigmentation. Is this a liquid lip? It is. You're right. Sorry, Nina. But as I said, just because it says it's a liquid lip, I can use it as a blush. That's right. I'd lost track of what I was saying. Now, if I used it on my lips, for me, that would be too pale. But you can see that I can use it on my cheeks. And it gets rid of my pigmentation. Probably a bit pale now, but that's the whole idea. You can use these in different ways. Right, I haven't even got to the end of what is in this yet. We've now got a Beam, which is a lip gloss in Baddie. And this is the lip gloss to show you. Now, this is one of the more pigmented lip glosses. And made by Mitchell's, a real fan of a neutral lip. He loves neutral lips. As does P. Louise, actually. Now, I probably wouldn't have bought that individually, but it will make me try that. And that's what I love about it, is it kind of gets you to free up a bit and try things that maybe you wouldn't have tried before. And what I like about that is, although it is a brown tone, there's just enough red in there for it to lift the lips. Let me just show you. I'm going to put some over that. I know I've got that pinky lip gloss, but it's... See, it just evens out my skin tone on my lips. And the pink lip gloss underneath just lifts the colour a bit. It's a pretty nude colour. Yes, it is. And then we're nearly through with the middle section. Can you believe that my sister got me all this? I've got another liquid lip called Chalet Girl. I was so overwhelmed. And this is another nude shade, a little bit lighter than the last one. It's almost, except it's brownier, but it's almost Pillow Talk, that. It's a little bit more brown in it. Than Pillow Talk, I mean. Not than the last swatch. But there's a little bit more brown, but it's a sort of pinky brown. And that would be good, is if you like that effect on me, but you're fairer than me. And then 2 more left in the middle section. We've got a blush in Sweet Cheeks. And I might put some of that on this cheek because it's now looking very pale. But if you're sort of coming onto this live and you've not seen me before, normally I do a makeup look on Thursdays. But today is different. And as I said, I'm not going to repeat myself, but go back to the beginning and you'll see why I'm doing this today. Okay? But this is called Sweet Cheeks. And this is a blush. And I definitely need a bit of that now, just to warm up where I've put that, because I'm looking pale now, really pale. I mean, I was looking pale before, but I need to look a bit vaguely alive. I was having another chat with Daniel Sandler the other day about disability and makeup. And one of the things that I said to him, and it just reminded me today because of what you were mentioning before, they're becoming collector's items because they were from the ski collection and will never come back. Is that one of the things, now I know quite a few of you that watch me have got difficulties and disabilities. But one of the things that I remember growing up was being stared at a lot. And people that had never come in contact being quite cruel, you know. This is before you had trolls on YouTube and whatever. You'd get it face to face. And one of the things that I quickly learned, because I went to a mainstream, which means normal, for want of a better word, school in the 70s, which was unusual because if you had any disability, you were forced to go to a special school. And my mum had quite a battle. Yes, hello, Isla. You can get a shout out. You've got lots to catch up on. One of the things that I remember is that the people that I was at school with just saw me as Ali. But the people that didn't grow up with me would stare. And what that did was it quickly made me realise as a child that the reason that they were staring was nothing to do with me. It was to do with them. And the reason you get people trolling you has got nothing to do with you. It's got to do with them. And the reason I say that is because it made me more creative. I've never worried about wearing a red lip because I know if someone stares at me, that it's actually not to do with me, it's to do with them. So I'm not scared about taking risks with makeup. I don't care about standing out. I don't feel self-conscious in that way. I don't get hurt by nasty remarks about my appearance because I just knew that this is nothing to do with me. It's to do with you. And I am who I am. And it's one of the things that I'm very thankful for about having a disability. But it made me think about the wider sense of all sorts of minority groups, whether it be your sexuality or anything else. And I said to Daniel that it's why makeup companies shouldn't just make makeup more accessible. It's like, please let us in, but they should embrace people in minority groups because there is a creativity that comes out of it that through life experience. Anyway, now this one is called Cold Heart. I love this. And I think I've got Cold Heart in another formula. But this is a blush balm. So it's going to give you a little bit more of a glow. I'm just going to put this. Now, the reason I like this is it's got a slight purple hue to it. Now, it's not going on particularly well because I've literally not prepped my face. But when you've got your moisturizer on and you've got your full face and even not full face, but just prepped your skin, it's actually going to go on a lot better. And it's a great way if you don't want to use a liquid and you're a little bit nervous about applying a liquid. It's a great way of dipping your toes in. Yeah, is Stacey still here? Hello, M. Hello, Isla. Hello, Kulan Mia. Hello, Esham. Stacey's still here. Okay. So you can see. So that one, I didn't do a swatch of that one, did I? Let me just show you that one. I'm going to run out of room in a minute. Can you see what I mean? It's got a slight purple hue to it. I've obviously rubbed some makeup inside my dressing gown that I have on and it's gone onto my elbow. So ignore that. But can you see what I mean about it having a slight lilac-y hue to it? Right. Now let's do the lid. because as I said, that's just part of it. Right. Now, let's go into the lid. Some people saying that this video's long. I'm sorry. If it's too long, then there's a very easy solution, is just to switch off. Okay? I am showing a haul that my sister very kindly bought for me when I was unwell. And she bought me so many items, and I promised that I was going to show everybody that has been watching me for years everything that she bought me. So if you don't like the length of it, then honestly, it's absolutely fine. Just leave. It's not a problem. I don't mind, but I'm going to carry on if you don't mind. Now, this is a P. Louise product. I've been wanting to try these, and this is the thick lip glosses from P. Louise, and they look very pigmented, and I really wanted to try one of these. Now I'm going to see if I can find my wipes so that I can take off what I've got on and try this on as well, so that you can see the difference. I mean, I don't like pitting makeup companies against one another. Oh, not the video. Oh, yeah, I see. I'm really sorry, Esham. I thought you meant the video's too long. I apologise. Esham was saying so long on my arm. Apologise. Apologies there. Thank you very much. Hello, Sarah. Now, let's see. Can I find my wipes? Amidst all this makeup, can I find my wipes? I can. Right. I might need to take this swatch off. So I'm going to hold this up one more time so that you can see it, because otherwise it's going to go everywhere. You can see it's already going on my elbow. So there's your last look at all of those made by Mitchell products before I take that off. And I'm going to show you the top layer of my sister's gift to me in a second. Let's just take this off. Right. Now, you can see they're quite pigmented because it's quite difficult to get off your arm. But at least I've got it off a little bit, so it's not going to go gooey all over my sleeve. And that's another reason why a lot of the time I do cover up with my dressing gown, because if I get makeup on it, it doesn't matter. I know, my hand. Can you see? Now that is the P. Louise highlighter. I know. Do you know what? Sometimes I actually go out and I forget to take swatches off. And someone says, what's all those stripes on your arm? And that's just because I'm so mad about makeup that I forget that I've got swatches. Now, this one is called, I'll tell you what the shade is in a minute. Now, I'm just... Right, as I started to take this out, it looked less pigmented than I thought. I thought that this, I'm going to be honest, I thought this was more pigmented than that. And then as I took it out, it became more pigmented. So I'm wondering whether it needs twisting up a little bit. Let me just mush it around in the tube, because I thought they were more pigmented than that. And at the moment, what I'm getting is quite clear. But it's called Real Thick Formula Lip Gloss. Right, let's try it now. No, it's still quite clear, but let's try it anyway. Maybe when you put it on, it looks... Wow, they weren't joking. It is thick. If you don't like gloopy lip gloss, you're not going to like this. But if, like me at the moment, I've got very dry lips due to medication that I'm on, then it's actually feeling quite soothing because my lips were quite cracked. So, but if you really don't like gloopy thick lip gloss, you're not... But she does call it real thick lip gloss. I just thought it was more pigmented than that. But it is pretty. Your stained your arms, the red lipsticks. That's... Yeah, I think a lot of the reds... So Stacey was saying that the red lipsticks stained her arms. You do have to be careful with red, especially when I talked about pigment is pigment. Be careful with red on the eyes as well, because it can really stain the eyes, but also often it's got carmine in it. There is a vegan alternative, in case people don't know what carmine is. When you get red colouring in makeup, it's most often than not, it's carmine, which is not vegan because it's basically made out of crushed beetles. I know, yuck. But it does stain the skin. If it stains, what I would suggest that you do is to get an oil, any oil, doesn't matter what oil, but I mean, or a cleansing balm, thick cleansing balm. But the oil is going to eventually take it off. It might need a little bit of work, but an oil is the best thing to take it off. Okay, and it will... If you still got a little bit left over, don't worry, it will come off. Stacey, I sometimes warm up lip liners on my knees. I just need to remember to remove them. I've been there. I'm from the UK. Yes, I can shout you out, Safa. And a cat. You've got a cat called Carmine. Is that right? Now, we've now got an all but smudge, no budge eyeliner. And I also got one of these from Stacey. But I've heard such good things about it that I don't mind that I've got two of them. So this one is an eyeliner called Turnt. And again, I say it's an eyeliner, but you could use it as a lip liner if you wanted to, right? But you can definitely use it as an eyeliner. And it's a particularly lovely shade of brown. Have you for the fat oil from MAC? Do you mean the makeup cleansing oil from MAC? I've used the makeup cleansing oil from MAC. Hello from Dubai. Hello there. I try. Right. They make great lip liners too, yeah. And that would make a great lip liner if you like. It's really the rage at the moment is to go for a kind of darker lip liner and then a lighter lipstick. It had its day in the 80s and then it's coming back in. A lot of people are doing that. Right, so we've got that, and then I'm running out of room here. We've got a brush in the Ski collection, which is the SKE9. Let me show you that one. I'm going to add this. I've got a brush book that I can actually put it into. I told you this was going to take a long time because I've got to also unpack everything, which is good because I'm going to start using it now. Now, if you, at the end of this, you've seen something and you want me to do a makeup look using any of the items, just leave me a comment in the non-live comments. So this one is be really good for patting onto the eyes, onto the mobile lid. This is the SKE9 made by Mitchell Brush. And then we have let's switch again briefly to P. Louise. And this one, you know I'm going to love it because, again, it's lilac. And this was also part of the Michaela collection. And it's the Cheek of It liquid blush in Very Violet. Now, if you haven't tried this, about 2 years ago, there was a sudden trend on TikTok. There was a sudden trend on TikTok for purple blush. And people were just all using purple blush. And you don't need to be scared of it because it basically doesn't end up looking purple. What I'm doing here, you can basically, with these blushes, you can either use them with the foam or you could take this off and just use it neat. But I'll find some room here to, it's because it hasn't squeezed through properly yet. I should take this off and then it wouldn't take so long. Let's see if I can swatch some of it now for you. It's not coming out very quickly, but it will. There we go. Okay. Now, when you put this on and you blend it in, now you think, oh no, it looks purple. But once you blend it in, it doesn't. And it just really lifts the complexion. I love a purple blush. And I like Made by Mitchell's purple blush as well. Yes, get well soon, Charlie. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. So maybe now the Made by Mitchell blush, the purple one is called Dairy Queen, and that one's darker, but it does actually, again, blend in really well. But if you want to try a purple blush and you're a bit fairer and Dairy Queen intimidates you a bit, this is another good one to try. I'm looking a bit weird at the moment because I'm not actually pulling a look together. Oh, your cat name is Nala. Prima Donna is also a beautiful lilac. Ah. I don't know if I've got... No, I don't think I've got Prima Donna. I bet my sister has. She's obsessed with Made by Mitchell. Now, let's move on. We've got one more makeup item. Well, two, but one that I don't need to swatch. No, we've got a couple more things. Now, this one, she got signed by Melissa, who is one of the makeup artists that joins Made by Mitchell. So that was really nice. She's put a little heart there and she signed the back of it. And this is one of the pressed blushes in the shade Milkshake. So again, we're talking baby pink. At the moment, my blush does not fit at all with my complexion because I haven't put on any foundation. So just if you're just joining me, This is not a makeup tutorial at all. It is showing you different shades and trying them on. And yeah, it's not a look by any means. I'm just opening all this packaging. Right, so this is the blush pressed in Milkshake. Right, there we are. So that is, let me just swatch that for you. So again, this is kind of a baby pink. So as I said, today is a different video. It's showing you all the items I got as a get well present from my sister. All right. We're nearly done. We're nearly through with all of this. Now, the next thing I got, again, we're switching back to P. Louise, is a Fall in Line. This is a liquid liner by P. Louise, and it is in the shade Apple of My Eye. And again, it's stuck. No, it's not. Now, this is a double liner, you can see. Now, again, you might be thinking, I don't want to put red near my eyes, especially after Ali telling me where red pigment comes from. But you don't have to. You could use this as a lip liner. So that's one side. And here is the other side, which is, that's a sort of tomato red, and this is a deeper red. And then the last three items, I think we're nearly through with the makeup items. We've got the swirl kit. Now, what the swirl kit is a more affordable, I've shown you ones before that you can get, but this is basically a kit where you can mix. So if you've got a pigment and you want to make it into a liquid, you can basically make any eyeliner you want when you've got this. So you can mix it and make a liquid eyeliner out of a powder eyeshadow, which is really great. And you get a little brush in with it as well. And the great thing about Made by Mitchell is it's so affordable. So that's the swirl kit. And if like me, you're a bit obsessed with Carla Cosmetics pigments, it's a great thing to have. Other brands do similar things, but you're not going to get it for the same price as Made by Mitchell. As I said, it's really affordable. And then I've got the Skin Prep Mist there. Oh no, sorry, it's not a mist. I thought it said mist. It's moisturizer. I couldn't read the writing. Can anyone else read the writing there? I thought it said mist. It said moisturizer. So this is a kind of daily moisturizer. It's more for skin prep. There aren't active ingredients in these, but I've heard some good things, and they're very affordable. So you're not going to get your retinols and your your really active ingredients in these, but they're great for makeup prep. Okay, and you get a lot for your money. Look at that. A lot for your money. Now, I haven't even squirted this yet, so let me just see if it's got a detectable smell. I'm just pumping away. The pump's not working at the moment. I'm going to speed up because I want to show you the last thing. Now, this, I think, is the eye cream. Now, my sister said, I've got to try this as soon as possible. She said she's been using it every single day. This is by, sorry, hello, animal lover. These, most of these products that I'm showing today are made by Mitchell. Some of them are from P. Louise. Right. So this one, my sister said, has been really soothing. She's got sensitive eyes as well. Now, the good thing about this is you get a lot for your money. The thing about eye creams is if you get an eye cream loaded with active ingredients, it might be great, but it's also, one, going to be expensive, and two, it might irritate your eyes. And sometimes you just need to moisture your under eye area, and you need to get that barrier going. Now, I'm going to keep pumping with this. It obviously takes a while for it to come in, and it's now come in. There's a little bit of a scent, but I'm going to put some under my eyes. And to give you an idea, most eye creams, you'll get 10 mils, 15 mils of product. This eye cream, it is very light. My sister, as I say, I trust my sister because she's been using it every day and her eyes are looking great at the moment. I'm going to put some of this on my lid. If you get very thick creams as well, you often find that you end up getting milia. And I've had milia before. My sister gets milia. She's not experienced that with this particular product. Now, to give you an idea, that in this, you get, I'm just looking for the mils. 2.37 fluid ounces. It says it's 70 mils. 70 mils. Now, normally in an eye cream, you get 15 mils. So if you find that you get dry eyes and you don't really want to be shelling out a fortune on something that's going to run out in a month, and you don't particularly want active ingredients, you just want to keep the eyes moist, then this is perfect. It's perfect. It's not expert skincare, and he doesn't protect it. It's prep for your makeup, but it's definitely not stinging me at all. And you know that my eyes water. This is funny. I like you, girl. Thank you. Well, do you know what? We often have a laugh on here. It is very hydrating and very light. I agree. And I've now got kind of Aunt Sally cheeks. And I always, when I say that, have to explain to my American viewers what I mean. It's something to do with a childhood program called Wurzel Gummidge. And there was a character in there where she used to go in with these little red cheeks that were just painted on in circles. I've definitely got Aunt Sally cheeks right now. So listen, I have not made myself up. I don't look glamorous. I don't have this beautiful background. You know, and if you've joined me for the first time, but normally on Thursdays, I do a complete look. But today I wanted to say a big thank you to my sister. I'm going to tear up in a minute. I'm trying not to, because she really carried me through one of the worst times of my life, being ill. And she never stopped believing that I was going to get better. All of this was to bring you guys when I was better, so that now I've shown you the haul. And Lucy, have I missed anything? Did I miss anything? Mind you, you didn't join right from the beginning. Now I've shown you the haul. I've shown you most of it. I don't think I've shown you all of it, but I've shown you most of it. I can now get on and do some looks using this stuff, but I wanted to show you the whole enormity of this present from my sister. No, my sister's going to cry now. So if you missed the beginning. I'm just going to finish by saying that I was basically in hospital, very seriously ill. I was in intensive care for about 10 days. Um, I had a procedure which then didn't work. I then ended up having a seizure, and then I had to go and have another emergency procedure done. And I was unconscious. I was on a ventilator, and my sister, to help her to cope with it, and seeing the messages coming in from you guys who supported me for so long, decided that the way she could cope with it was to buy me bits and pieces of makeup. And as you can see, this is what she got me. And because she wanted to believe that I was going to get better and I was going to be in a position to put out these videos for you. You'll have to ask my sister. I'm over 50. I'm 53. I don't mind answering. I don't think it matters what age you are in terms of wearing makeup. I'm not going to answer for my sister because it's up to her whether she wants to share her age. But thank you all so much for joining me. Hello, Mitzi. Thank you to all of you, and thank you for being patient while I showed you this haul. Those bits and pieces definitely added up. When I say bits and pieces, I mean bits and bits and bits and bits and pieces. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to my sister, because you carried me, your faith in me, you sat with me. And even when I didn't know that you were sitting with me, I must have sensed that you were there. And you really carried me through these difficult times. So nothing will ever be able to thank you enough for all this makeup that I've now got to move forward in my life. And I love you lots. Mwah, to my sister Lucy, and to all of my Ali Pallies who were sending messages to me when I wasn't well. Thank you too, because you lifted me and you lifted my sister. And there is nothing better than to make people feel good. And to anyone that wants to come on and make people feel bad, forget it, because share your serotonin, share your oxytocin, which is making people feel good. There's nothing better. Don't forget to like the live, everyone, and I'll see you all next Thursday. Mwah.